Okay, so we had included what supplies you would need for this project. I'm changing it up a little bit for what I'm going to do here. I'm going to be using the white trees this time. I'm going to be making 2 of these for friends. It's a quick, easy project that you could do. I went ahead and picked up a half a yard of this material at Hobby Lobby. It was fairly inexpensive. It was about $2.44. And this is what I'm going to make a skirt for the trees. I had originally picked up these hats, but I only have one and it doesn't match. I don't think it matches well with the white trees. So I wanted to go with the white and black checkered pattern instead. And so I'll leave this one for one of my green trees that I'm going to make for myself. I'm going to go ahead and cut out 2 big circles out of this material. Okay, so I went ahead and put my material on a cutting board that I have. Just lay it on there, and to use this big plate as a circle, I think it could be bigger, but because we're going to like put it in here, I don't know that I need it to be any bigger than that. I think it's just a good size. It's actually another DollarTree plate. I think this is a, what is it called? Not a coaster. It's called a I forget what they're called. Anyway, we're gonna put it on the material. I have my cutting board. If you don't have that, you can just do it on the floor somewhere where you're not going to mark your floor, your carpet. And I'm going to use a roller cutter. Okay, so I'm going to cut it. I'm going to be using this Fisker's roller cutter. I'm just going to cut around it. I'm not going to measure anything or mark anything. I'm just going to go ahead and hold the plate down and then just cut around it. Okay, so continuing on, I went ahead and used this plate to use it as my pattern, I guess, I don't know, to create these circles, which I'm just going to now cut in the middle to create a skirt for my trees. And it's just going to go like this into this, what is it called, this tin container here. We go in here, and then the tree is going to go in. You'll see it as I go. In order to create that middle cut for the center, I'm just going to, I folded the circle in half and then in half again, and then what I'm just going to do is just cut here to create that middle part where it's going to go around the trunk of the tree. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this aside and start working on the tree. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take these out. We're going to use 2 for each decoration. There's 1 and then here's 2. Now we're making the white, that's why I'm using the black and white checkered pattern, because it matches better. I think it looks prettier. And we're going to go ahead and remove this part of the tree. All you have to do is just pull it off. It comes right off on both. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fluff up the branches, but try to go only to one side, because you're going to have one flat side and then one fluffed side. Because what we're going to do is we're going to connect the 2 together to create one thicker tree. So basically it's going to be like this, where one side is flat and then the other side has the branches sticking out. Okay, just like this. And so now you're going to do the same thing with the other one. Okay, so now we're going to connect these 2. I think I already said that, right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and twist tie them, and then I'll show you how they look. Okay, so I went ahead and twist tied this together, and I put one This is up to you where you put them, because where you think you could hide them. So I left them here so you could see. I put one up here at the top, connected them there. Then one in the middle, and then one at the bottom, but not on this part, because I'm going to try to stick this in as far down into the styrofoam as I can, just to hide that tree. But now I'm going to clip off the remaining parts of it here. And once you've cut them all up, now fluff it up. Kind of looks a little bit floppy here. I had bought decorations to stick in there. Not decorations, but just little accessories for the green trees. And I'm just going to go ahead and use them for this red tree. I think the little red that stands out is going to give it a pop of color, which won't be so bad. So eventually I'm going to just put them in there. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is get my container. This is the styrofoam that I use. It's also, all the products I'm using are from DollarTree. So I don't take it out of the plastic. But what I do before anything else is I stick a bag of rocks to make it heavy. Just throw it in there. I don't touch it. If you feel like gluing it in to keep it from moving, that is strictly up to you, but it's pretty heavy. And once you put this in there, it won't move, because now it's pretty stuck in there. So what I do is I stick in this styrofoam in there. Make sure it's nice and sturdy. Okay. This is where I try to put in the little skirts that I cut. I have two of them because I'm going to make 2 trees. So I'll just take one. Okay. And I just kind of tuck it in to the sides in here. This is just to cover it up. If you want to glue it, you can glue it into the sides, and that's fine. If you want to give it some height, you can stick cotton balls here, and just to give it height. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to see how it looks first, and then I'll make my decision whether I want to put height into it or not. And you got to leave one of the corners, one of the sides, because I want to put some lights in there. And now we're going to put batteries in here. DollarTree batteries, of course. Okay, so I might add a little bit of sponge height to this, but these are the lights. I went ahead and put the 2 DollarTree batteries in there. I cut off all the mesh, and this is what the light's going to look like. They're pretty. These are the LED lights. Okay, so what I do is I'm going to stick the lights through the middle of the skirt that I made, okay, here. That way I wrap it up the tree, okay? And then I'm going to make sure that it's in the middle. And I'm going to probably put, I'm going to stick it onto one of the sides of the container here. I'm going to stick it there so that it's accessible for the person to take it out, remove it, and replace the batteries. They can just pull it out off the side. Okay. All right. So now that the skirt is on, okay, so I decided to add, I just folded extra material inside to give it some bump. And then I am stretching out cotton to give it a trim right here around. And I'm just gluing it in there, and that should hold it down. I just kind of put it in there just to where it looks okay. And then I go ahead and put glue in here, and then glue on that side. And then I just make sure I fix it. On this back part where you have the battery, you want to leave that there so that the battery pack is accessible to replace batteries. So right here, I'm just going to put cotton up to here and then up to here. So this will be the back part. Okay, so we have the battery, the light sticking out from the center here. Let me focus here. From the middle. And this is where we are going to stick the tree in that part. It's got the styrofoam right there. You can kind of see it. And that's where we're going to stick it in. What I do is I stick it in first, then I pull it back out. I pour some glue in there, some glue so that it sticks. So then I replace it and then it'll stick in there. Okay, so now that I pushed it in, took it back out, poured glue, and then pushed it back in. So this is what it looks like. This is basically the little tree here. Let me put it back. So there's the little tree. So now we have the wire sticking out, and this is where I'll just wrap it around the tree. Just all around it. All the way to the top. And then you can just wrap it around like that. And let's see what it looks like when you turn it on. There you go. And there's your little tree. And now you can accessorize it with anything you want. So I have the berries. There we go. The little berries. And it looks cute because the red gives it an accent color. Now you can glue them in place or just slide them in and they'll kind of stay in place once you do. So that looks cute right there. And then you can put another one on this side. Okay. And basically you accessorize it as you wish. And here's the finished product. And it's going to be a gift for one of my friends. I hope they like it. And that is it. Happy crafting, friends.